Let's look at absolute value. Absolute value means distance. How far is a number away from zero? Without taking into account whether it's to the left or to the right, we don't care about that. Just how far, how many units away. If I'm standing 5 feet in front of you, I'm going to say I'm a distance of 5 feet away from you. If I walk around 5 feet behind you, I'm not going to say I'm a distance of negative 5 feet away. That's not how we talk about distance. I'm going to say I'm 5 feet away from you. So for that reason, absolute value is never negative. We're always going to report absolute value as a positive number or zero. To indicate that we're talking about absolute value, little notation here, I'm going to write in between two vertical lines. So if I say, I'm going to read this, the absolute value of x, and I'm talking about how far is x away from 0. So if I look at 5, the absolute value of 5, I'm saying how far away from 0 is 5. Well, you can count, or maybe you don't need to count. 5 is 5 units away from 0. Happens to be to the right, but that part doesn't matter. It's just how far. If I look at, let's do negative 7, and I say the absolute value of negative 7, I'm really saying how far away from 0 is negative 7. Well, it's 7 units away. Happens to be to the left, but all I care about is the distance and not the direction. So absolute value of 7 is 7. If I look at 0, now I'm saying how far away from 0 is 0? Well, it's not. I'm already there. So the absolute value of 0 is 0. Absolute value can be 0, can be positive, never negative. We can make a little equation that has absolute value in it. Say the absolute value of x is 3. So this says x is all numbers that are a distance of 3 away from 0. Well, here's 0, so I'm going to look for all the numbers that are a distance of 3 away. I could go, it's a number line, I only have two choices. I could go 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, and I end up at positive 3. Is 3 away from 0? Or I could go to the left, 1, 2, 3. Negative 3 is also a distance of 3 units away from 0. So that little equation has two solutions, one looking to the right and one looking to the left. If I say, let's say the absolute value of what is negative 4. So I'm saying the distance away from 0 is negative 4. But we just said we don't say distance as a negative number. We always report distance as something that's positive or maybe 0. So this doesn't even make sense as a question. The absolute value of x is negative 4. All the numbers that are a distance of negative 4 away from 0? Well, that doesn't make sense. We can't have that, so I'm going to say there is no such number that's a distance of negative 4 away from 0 or anything else. We can make it a little bit more interesting if we put in something else with the x. If I say the absolute value of, let's go with x minus 2 is 5, I'm saying, now instead of saying distance away from 0, I'm saying I'm looking for all the numbers that are a distance away from 2 of 5. So I'm looking for all the numbers that are 5 units away from 2. We can look at the number line and figure that out. We can count. Here's x equals 2. And I'm looking for everything that's 5 units away. Well, it's a number line. We only have two choices. I could go 5 units to the right and end up at 7. Or I could go 5 to the left, 3, 4, 5, well, we've been here before, and end up at negative 3. So there are my two solutions. 7 is 5 to the right of 2. Negative 3 is 5 to the left of 2.